Hi there and welcome back to my channel. I'm Erin Eno and today we're going to be painting this simple branch of Forsythia. If you like this video and you want to see more simple beginner-friendly tutorials like it, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to know when I have new videos out. So let's just jump in and get painting. So today I'm using my Baohong Academy cold press watercolor paper. It's 100% cotton, 140 pound. I have my Royal Talons Van Gogh paints in my palette, a jar of water, a paper towel, and I have two Princeton snap round brushes, one in a size 2 and one in a size 4. So to start, I'm just going to start laying down the flower heads and we'll put the branch in after, but I want to do it you know, imagining that the branch is kind of coming up this way and curving off over there. I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to take some Azo yellow medium and a bit of yellow ochre just to give it some more tone. And I just want to water that right down, not right down, kind of like a medium wash. Just take the excess off my brush. And the Forsythia flower head, I'm just going to start up here. It's basically just 4 petals, okay, just like that. 4 kind of pointed oval petals, okay. Now that's a head-on view, and you want to make sure when you're putting all your petals down that you get some petals that are off to the facing off to the side. I can barely speak, so you might only see like 3 petals maybe, like that, and like the one in the back kind of poking through just a little bit. And then you can even do one that's just like a bud, or not a bud, but just not fully open. Kind of like that. Okay, and you can also overlap them. And then some, even though it looks like a head-on view, maybe it's like a view from the back. Okay, so we would bring a stem up and place it on the back of it so it looks like it's back facing. And then when we put our branch in, excuse me, the branch can go in front of and behind some of them. So it looks like some of the flowers are behind and some are on the front. So that's our top little sprig. And it's going to be curving down, and then maybe there's a little sprig coming off of here. So we'll put some petals here as well, or flower heads rather. Maybe a little, even just a little bud at the end of this one that hasn't opened up much at all. Maybe another kind of side view overlapping that one there. Just kind of bunching them together. Okay, I don't want to overdo it. So the branch is going to come down here and then back. So maybe there's another little kind of sprig of them over here. And turn them too, so the petals aren't all facing, you know, straight up or straight down. do a full flower here. Maybe one just kind of on its side a bit here. Kind of like that. And branch is going to come down here. Maybe we'll do a couple that are right on the front of the branch, on this side of it. One there. And we'll do another one here. I don't want to overwhelm it with flowers, but I want enough on there. Maybe we'll do another small little sprig coming off this branch. Maybe again with a little bud. And maybe another side view, just kind of sitting on top of that one. A little distorted like that. And I think we'll leave it at that. So now I'm going to go in with my number 2 brush, and I'm going to get a little bit of permanent red light, which is more orange than red. I don't want to have it too bright. And I'm going to mix it in with that yellow. That's a little too orange. Didn't want it quite that orange. So I'm going to add some more Azo Yellow Medium in there. That's pretty decent. And I'm just going to take the excess water off my brush, and I'm just going to add some little kind of shaded tones to the petals. I probably waited too long for these ones up there, but I can go in and spread it out with or blend it out rather with my brush. I just want to add a little bit of tone so they're not flat yellow. So I'm just going to rinse and dry off my brush. Just kind of blend this out a bit. Just to soften it up. This one might have gone a little heavy. These ones might be wet enough to bleed a bit. We'll see. If not, I will just blend it out like so. Yeah, these ones are bleeding. The other ones, I should have just done them in a few at a time and tapped in some of this kind of orangey color while it was still wet. Live and learn. I'll know for next time. Okay, so that's just a little bit of kind of some shape for the petals. Now I'm going to go and I've got a mixture of green here. It's sap green and olive. So it's just a little bit yellowish green. And we're just going to take some of this orange and add it into there. And just take the tiniest amount and just kind of tap a little circle in the center of some of these. Some of these I want to be, I want them facing the back, so I don't want the centers on them. But I'll figure that out as I go along. Maybe that can be a back one. And if you find, see, these are still wet, so they're bleeding a little bit, but that's okay. If you find that they're too heavy, you can just go in with your paper towel and just kind of tap them a bit. You just want them to be kind of soft. Not so soft as this one that bled out though. And then with that same green, I'm going to just put that little edge or little end on the buds that I had put in there. These two buds. I have a hair in my screen. I'm sorry about that. And then I think at the top, I'm going to do a bud that's not even coming. Actually, I don't even know if it's going to be a bud. It's like more of the branch extension. So a big kind of section, I guess. So this is almost like a whole new sprout coming off that branch. Just like that. And then I'll carry the green down a bit and we can merge some of the brown branch into that. Just add a little bit of tone to that. Now I'm going to go in and add the Forsythia branch. So I'm going to take my number 4 brush and I'm going to start with a little bit of raw umber, which is almost like a gray brown, but I'm just going to use that for now just to get the placement of the branch, and then we'll go in and deepen it up. And as I go along, I'm also going to figure out which flowers are going to be in front and which ones are going to be behind. So I'm going to extend it from that little sprout there and have it come down like so. Then it's going to curve down this way. And I think these guys are going to be right in front, in the front of the branch. Okay, just like that. I can beef this up a bit. And then have it come back down out here. Okay, and then we want to extend this branch, have it come off of here for this little sprout of flowers. Okay, we can even have, this guy's going to be kind of facing the back, so I'm going to draw a little stem out to the back of him, just like that. Okay, and then here we're going to have a branch come out to this guy, and they will be in front. Just like that, and then there'll be a little kind of extension going to this guy. That's going to be the back. That flower will be back facing is what I'm trying to say. I did that a little thick. I should probably switch to my other smaller brush. And then we're going to do this branch that's coming off of this set. Just like that. Now it is a little pale, so I'm going to take my sepia. Well, I did not want that much sepia. And I'm just going to paint this as if the light is coming from the left, so there'd be a bit of a shadow cast on this side. So I'm just going, actually I didn't want that, I want my smaller brush. So back to my size 2. Okay, and we're just going to put a dark line of sepia up on the right side. And we can thicken the branch where we feel it might need to be a little thicker as we go along. Maybe not that thick. And then on the underside of this branch. And then before it dries too much, I'm going to rinse and dry off my brush and just kind of soften this edge up just to give it some shape. Just like that. And I'm going to continue. It's not quite as dark as I thought it was going to be. There we go. And underneath, I'm just going to turn it because I find it easier to go this way. Just like that. So again, I'm going to rinse and dry off my brush. Just kind of soften this out a bit. And it's not giving me as much dimension as I want, so I'm going to go in with pretty much straight sepia now. Just give it a little more contrast. It just wasn't doing it for me. That was way too fat. Well, it's there now. I can't pick it up. That's got a little more dimension now, but I will still soften it up just a little bit, just to give it some texture. You know, just drag that sepia around a bit. And then lastly, the Forsythia always has these little kind of nubs of growth coming out of the branches in places. So we'll just put a few of those in. Maybe a little bunch coming out of that. Now, if you feel you don't have enough flower heads, you can always go in and add a few more. I just want to draw that branch out. Oops, I forgot the stem to this guy. So I'm just going to do a light green stem to that one. And out to this guy up there. I think I've got them all. No, this guy does, he's floating out of nowhere. And there you have it. There is a simple branch of Forsythia. This is fun just to do on its own, or you can scale it down a bit and use it as an awesome filler for your floral bouquets. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and that you found it helpful. And if you do give this a try and you're on Instagram, please be sure to share and tag me. That's it for today, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.